We've been so proud of what the Rose Ladies Series has achieved. Kate and I felt that we just wanted to step it up a little bit. The single-day events are great, but what about a 3-day event with a bigger field? We sat down with the LET Access Series, and here we are now. Welcome to the Rose Ladies Open.
Well, as Justin said, welcome to the Rose Ladies Open, and we're here at the stunning Brocket Hall in Hertfordshire. And following the hugely successful Rose Ladies Series, Justin and Kate Rose thought it was only a natural and necessary progression for them to increase their support in the women's professional game by hosting a tournament here on the LET Access Series.
I think it's been the success and the enthusiasm more so of the Rose Ladies Series that's inspired us to want to sort of do more for the players and support the players. And obviously, you know, getting involved with the LET Access Series is sort of broadening the scope of players that are playing. You know, you get a lot more of an international field here now, and obviously, yes, stepping it up to a you know, let's call it a proper event, 3 days with a cut. That's obviously the next step up in the journey for a professional golfer.
We try to take it just that little extra level, make sure that the prize funds are just a little bit more than they have been, you know, across the board. Just working with the ladies at the end of each series, we've always said we're doing it if there's a need. If there's not a need, we're not about to create something that's not needed. So
yeah,
we really take their feedback on board and then try and respond, and we're just trying to push it forwards a little bit more and trying to close the gap in whatever small way we can.
The stage is set. I think it's everything's in place now for us to step aside in a lot of ways and for the girls to get down to business and do their job.
The LET Access Series is the perfect pathway to the Ladies European Tour, and the addition of the Rose Ladies Open means there are 19 events on the 2022 calendar.
We got 3 tournaments left on the schedule, and obviously 6 of them will get their LET card for next year. And those, you know, the 4th and 5th, 6th spots are quite, you know, difficult to. We can't really say they've got the spot ready. So we got the top 10 there, you know, fighting for those spaces.
With well over 100 players in the field, there is very much an international flavour here at Brocket Hall. Current rankings number 1, Germany's Chiara Neuer, is not playing this week, but sitting closely in second place with 3 wins from 8 starts on tour is Sara Kuskova from the Czech Republic. She goes for 3 wins in a row this week after victories in Sweden and Switzerland.
I just kept enjoying my time on the golf course and separating the shots mostly, I think. And it was a consistent work since college, I think. And this time it's working, and I'm very happy about it.
Another player having a good season is former Rose Ladies Series winner and number 8 in the rankings, Gemma Clues. She welcomes the input and the impact that the Roses have had on women's golf.
What they've done with their own Rose series that they put on in 2020, I thought they would expand it, and it's great that they have, and the event they've put on this week for us is fantastic. They've really looked after us so far, and I'm looking forward to a good week.
There are 2 courses here at Brocket Hall, the Palmerston and the Melbourne, both named after Prime Ministers who used to reside here in the main house. The Melbourne course is a challenge for the players this week, and one that the competitors rate highly.
I think it will be really important to stay below the hole. Usually the traps behind the green are not really nice because you're always chipping down the slope. So I think that'll be important course management wise to stay below. And the slopes as well are quite severe, so it will be important to putt the ball well on the greens too.
The greens are really slopey, so it'll be interesting with the pin positions. It's not the longest course, especially it's still quite bouncy out there. It's just positional on quite a few holes, especially back 9. It's just hitting it in the right spots on the greens mainly, but it's really nice.
You just feel like you're in an English golf course, which I've missed since I turned pro. You don't play many courses like this, so no, it's good to be back here and enjoy the week hopefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rose Ladies Open from Brocket Hall. on the tee from Blackpool, Georgia Coughlin.
So there we go, the scene is set. Let's get to the action with your commentator, Kit Alexander.
Thanks, Josh. A wonderful and historic venue for the inaugural Rose Ladies Open, and plenty of fantastic golf in the first couple of days. Sandra Kagstrom started the week solidly with a pair of 74s. The highlight was undoubtedly this sensational second shot on the par 5 10th. So nearly an albatross, but she did make the eagle. Another fantastic shot on day one was rewarded with some jewellery courtesy of David M. Robinson Jewellers after Shana Dutroux aced the 9th. Leanna Bailey also made a hole-in-one there. Austrian Katharina Mühlbauer notched 6 birdies over the first 2 days, including here at the 9th on day 2. She also had 6 bogeys for a level par total. Lauren Holme already has a win and 2 runners-up finishes this season. She demonstrated her scrambling skills here on the way to rounds of 73 and 72 to be in contention again on 1 over par. Sara Kuskova arrived off back-to-back wins, and she opened with a 68. She made par here on 17 in round 2, but she had to sign for a 77 after a closing bogey. She was at +1. Noemi Jimenez Martin started her week with a 2 under par 70, and she kept herself on that number courtesy of this 6-foot par save on the 5th in round 2. Conditions were windier and scoring tougher on day 2, but Jimenez Martin got to 1 under par for the day before she found herself in this position at the par 5 18th. She would finish the round with a bogey, but she was pleased with her efforts.
I managed to play well throughout the whole round. I struggled a little bit on some of the holes, but overall I was happy with my round. I'm just gonna have to be in the present, shot by shot, and let's see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna give my best for sure.
After 2 rounds, it's Noemi Jimenez Martin who holds a 2-shot lead, but it's a pretty compact leaderboard with Christal Blum, Katharina Mühlbauer and Eleanor Givens, her nearest challengers. The weather was set fair, and there were good crowds around the first tee as the final 2 balls headed out onto the course. First up, Christal Blum, and then the leader, Noemi Jimenez Martin, the woman to beat after opening rounds of 70 and 72. LET Access Series rankings number 4, Momoka Kobori started the day 5 shots off the lead. She parred the first and holed this 10-footer for birdie at 2. Sara Kuskova is number 2 on the rankings. She continued her fine form this week, but ran into some tree trouble at the first hole and had to chip out en route to a bogey. Sweden's Leander came into the final round 3 strokes behind and dropped a shot at the first. But this laser tee shot on the 138-yard second set up a good chance for birdie. Leander bounced straight back from that early bogey with this too. The 28-year-old has been splitting her time between the Ladies European Tour and LET Access Series this season. So lovely scenes. The fans are out in force, fueling up before heading out onto the course. And that's where we go. Christal Blum, ball well below her feet here. Some real undulations and slopes around this layout. And you can see how that ball has just been chucked from one side of the green to the other. Stay there. Yeah, not too bad. If that had just gone a foot further, it's almost all the way down to the water. Flatter lie and a better angle for our leader though. Just a wedge in hand. Oh, that's very nicely played. You can see there's a little bit of fire in the greens as well. It's been a dry summer here in the UK, A little bit of rain to green things up in recent days, but courses still playing pretty firm and fast. Mühlbauer on the second. Beautiful little par 3 over the water. That would have looked great in the air, right over the top of the flagstick. Oh, Blum, looks like she's got the putter here. And she does, just coming out of that rough, and a little jump. You can see it took all of the pace off of the ball. Perhaps should have been reaching for a wedge and a little chip shot to take that out of play there. Work to do to save her par on the opening hole. Great to see so many youngsters out watching. This for the dream start for Jimenez Martin, playing a lot of break. Absolutely brilliant. And the Spaniard moves to 3 under par. Blum to save her par and stay 3 back now. Oh, that is a heavy lip out. She was aggressive up the hill. But it will be a bogey and a 2-shot swing there in the final 2 ball on the opening hole. Mühlbauer. This one will have a little bit of speed on it back down the hill. Yeah, just never took the break. Had a consistent season this year. Top 15 finishes in 9 of her 15 events. Just looking for that big week to propel her up the order of merit. Of course, the top 6 at the end of the season earn promotion to the Ladies European Tour. Jimenez Martin from the second tee. Superb shot straight at it, and importantly leaving herself below the hole for the birdie putt. No signs of early nerves for our overnight leader. Blum hoping to bounce straight back from that bogey at the first. And a nice tee shot there. Golf runs in the family for her. Mum and granddad, both professionals. First look at Leander Bailey, who had that ace earlier in the week at the 9th. And that's beautifully judged. Only just turned pro, embarking on her first half a season. Now Blum across the slope, take the break, take the break. Oh, it looked like it had to. Always frustrating when it ends up around the back of the hole. A big day ahead for this final 2 ball. Blum at 7th, Jimenez Martin at 12th in the rankings, so a win for either of them will really propel them into a box seat for that promotion. Bailey for birdie. Taps in as you would expect, and she's back to level par for the tournament. Up the hill, Jimenez Martin, overnight leader for the birdie start. Oh, just catches enough of the left edge and it's in. In what seems like the blink of an eye, Jimenez Martin has doubled her lead to 4 shots. Evie Shoshapra is 3 under for the day to move into the top 5. The final round is in full flow at the Rose Ladies Open.
Before we get back to the action, there was a pro celebrity event on Thursday ahead of the professional main event, and here's what happened.
20 teams of celebrities and amateurs teed it up alongside the pros on a beautiful day at Brocket Hall. A great opportunity for the players to get another look at the course and the AMs to see elite golf up close and personal. TV presenter Di Stewart certainly enjoyed her day out.
But this is a beautiful setting. I love it here at Brocket Hall. I mean, if you don't get inspired by the landscape, I don't know what inspires you. And to see Serena's golf is fantastic, to see the way she strikes the ball and the sound as well. I always love the sound of professionals hitting a golf ball.
Sarah Stirk was delighted to be involved with the Rose Ladies.
What Justin's done for the women's game the last few years has been amazing, and I think now with the opportunities, building it into the ecosystem with the LET access, I think it's fantastic. Our pro today, loving what Justin has given the women's game, and I think all round, they're very thankful for what he's done. And it's my first experience of playing in a Rose Ladies Series event, so I think it's fantastic.
We know Anton Dubek is good with his feet, and he's handy with his golf clubs too.
I'm having a lovely, I get so excited on days like this. I love it. I get in awe of them and I love watching them because I love talent. I love anybody who's great at it. I get excited by it. And it just makes me try my best. I love the ladies tour. I think it's brilliant.
Ever the showman, as is tournament host Justin Rose, who did a Q&A after the golf.
An amazing day today, and obviously I did stand up and thank a few people.
The winning Pro-Am teams got some awesome prizes. And a brilliant day all round for all the competitors before the serious business got underway. Back in the main tournament, and the Czech Republic's Sara Kuskova bogeyed 4 and parred the 5th before giving this birdie attempt a good run at 6. She would settle for par and stay at +2. Following 3 birdies and 2 bogeys in her first 5 holes, Leander steadied things with 3 pars in a row, including here at the 6th after narrowly missing birdie. Katarina Mühlbauer now alone in second, but overnight leader Jimenez Martin has started brilliantly and built a healthy lead. She looks untouchable if she carries on at this rate, but playing alongside her, Christel Blum will be hoping to apply some pressure. Can she here? Second shot into the par 5. Settle down. Well, it's a long way from the hole, but she will have a putt for eagle. Superb crowds here. Always a great opportunity to get up close, see the stars of the future, and Tina Mazzarino going along pretty well at 1 over par. Oh, and that's a fine approach from the Norwegian. Well, Jimenez Martin opting to lay up here at the 5th, this her 3rd. Oh, it's an excellent one. More than one way to skin a cat. Blum on and putting for eagle, but Jimenez Martin with an excellent chance for birdie. Mühlbauer on the 6th tee, 165 yards this par 3. Another brilliant iron shot from the Austrian. Finished 10th on the Order of Merit last season. She's been consistent for 2 years now. Still looking for that breakthrough win though. Blum, who did get a breakthrough win in Belgium earlier this year. A long try for eagle. You can see though it's downhill. She's barely got that going. And it just needed a little bit more. So minimum she'd have been hoping for a nice stress-free tap-in for the birdie. But she's got a bit left. Amy Taylor for eagle on 10 to get back to level par. Well, a bit of a misread there. Just seemed to get chucked to the right halfway along its journey. Always tricky coming out of that fringe grass. Jimenez Martin to continue the sublime start. Well, there was never any doubt, was there? Right in the middle of the hole, 6 under par. We wondered if anyone could catch her at the start of the day. She's pulling away from the field now. And these are putts that have to start dropping for the chasing pack. Well, Blum was up and out of that so quickly. Great to see that young girls watching on, being inspired. But it's just a par for Christelle Blum. Obvious disappointment. Katarina Mühlbauer, who is now the nearest challenger, she can't get that to drop either. So a par, and she stays 5 behind the leader. Tina Mazzarino, 4 top 10s in her last 7 tournaments, including a tied 8th last week, so she's in some good form. Oh, had everything but the pace. 18 inches more pace, and that one finds the bottom of the cup. So the chasing pack just struggling to hold their birdie putts at the moment. Taylor. She does though, and that gets her to +1. So Jimenez Martin looking like she's running away with this, but important points and prize money to be played for, and of course you want to be there if she does slip up. Not looking likely at the moment though. This her tee shot on 6. Yeah, that's pretty solid onto the putting surface. An outside look for birdie. No win for her this year, but she did win on this tour back in 2018. Now Blum, the putter hasn't been behaving so far. Can she knock this one close? Pretty good. The benefit, she'll be putting uphill, but it will be a slow putt. Now Leander for birdie on 9. About 12 feet. Ooh, a nice aggressive stroke. I mentioned she'd been splitting her time between the LET and LET Access. She finished 15th on the Ladies European Tour in her last start before this week. Leanna Bailey, brilliant tee shot to here, should be a simple birdie putt, and in it goes. She's played the par 3s really well this week, in particular this one. An ace on the opening day, a birdie here in the final round. Oh, Christelle Blum, you see the ball's worked its way right back to the front edge of the green, which tells you this is severely uphill. She gave that a real bash, and I think that looks a lot closer from the camera angle than it actually is. That's probably a good 4 or 5 feet short. It's a beautiful parkland layout here at Brocket Hall, but there is a lot of undulation. Get above the hole and it's slick, but below it and you can leave yourself some really, really slow putts. And that's nicely judged from Jimenez Martin. You know, it's early in this final round, but you've got to say she could be on the winning number already, and fairways, greens and 2 putts are her friend right now. Blum for par. Needs this for the confidence with the flat stick as well as the scorecard. And you can just see the frustration. It seeps into the rest of the game as well. If the putter's not working, it puts so much pressure on the rest of your game. But Noemi Jimenez Martin has taken control of this tournament with a scintillating start to the final round. 4 birdies in the first 6 holes, and she's 5 clear. A stunning setting at Brocket Hall for this LET Access Series event. Noemi Jimenez Martin is looking unbeatable, but there's still a long way to go in the Rose Ladies Open. Leander had this chip for eagle at the 10th. A superb effort. She would tidy up for birdie, but bogeyed the very next hole to drop back to level par. So Jimenez Martin now the only player under par as Muehlbauer dropped a shot on the 8th to turn in level. Evie Shoshaprat has posted the early clubhouse target on 1 over par.
The 18th hole here at Brocket Hall is an absolute cracker to finish. The drive all important here. A long one from the ladies will lead them about 170, 180. It means they could go for the green here in 2. Some might decide to lay up, and there's no other 18 holes where you get a boat across to the green, and the green itself, it's long, 21 yards long, and if you do go for it in 2, there's room at the back, but the chip back is really devilish with water waiting as well. A lot of these greens are back to front, and it's a quick green as well. It's a brilliant risk reward hole to finish here at Brocket Hall.
It's an absolutely stunning finishing hole, but one that can get the nerves jangling. Natasja Nadal, the amateur, having a really good week. Playing her 3rd shot into the final hole. That's beautifully played. There'll be a lot of swing on that from left to right, though. Patricia Isabel Schmidt, 3rd on the order of merit. Looks like she's going to be getting promoted, and another decent week here for the German. Oh, sit down. Yeah, just enough grab on that back edge. So 3rd place in the order of merit. Schmidt looking to improve upon that with a good finish, as is Sara Kuskova, 1 spot ahead of her in 2nd. And going for it in 2 here. Oh, get up, get up. Absolutely sensational. She's shown she's more than ready for the step up over the last few weeks. And at just 23 years old and having only turned pro in May, a very, very bright future for the young Czech player. Jimenez Martin, tee shot on 9, 128 yards. And it's just going to trickle off the edge of the green, so she's not given the chasing pack any signs of light at the moment. Perhaps a first real mistake of the day. Can Kristal Blum take advantage of it? Well, perhaps she can. A good tee shot. And she'll have that for birdie with the leader not on the putting surface. Nadal to finish with a birdie and get to +2. Leaving the flagstick in. Oh. Any birdie putt on this 18th, so tricky from above the hole. So easy to just get a little bit bold with it. And then you've suddenly got 5 feet coming back for your par. But rounds of 74, 74 and 71 for the French amateur. And 3 over par is a very good week's work. And Schmidt, 12th on the order of merit last season. She won't be winning today, but you would think she'll at least stay in 3rd on the order of merit for this season. 79-69, 10 shots better in the 2nd round, and then a solid 70 to close things out on +2. Kuskova, it's a really makeable look for eagle. Oh, I think she knew early she hadn't quite hit it. But it will be the simplest of tap-ins for birdie. And she moves under par. She's used to picking up trophies at the moment. She's probably as likely as anyone to put the pressure on. Justin Rose out there walking with the fans. Kate, his children out there as well. The family really thrown their support behind all of these Rose Ladies events and taking it to the next level on the LET Access Series this week. Jimenez Martin, the green just above her. Settle, settle. So, it's been a pretty imperious display from her so far. Is she going to drop a first shot of the round here on 9? But first, Blum for birdie. Brilliant. Exactly what she needed. She needed that putter to warm up. And it has done. She's back to level par. Still 9 holes to go. And a little fist bump for the caddy. Big putt this for the leader. It's a comfortable lead right now, but you never want to be making bogeys and going back to the field. Well, it was right in the jaws. But it will be a bogey 4 and back to 5 under par. Mühlbauer. Well, she's laid up into the fairway bunker, a cardinal sin. All will be forgiven if she knocks this one tight, though. Not bad. Stock past 72 the layout here, and you're looking to score and pick up shots on the 4 par 5s. Leander just coming out of the rough. Oh, she's judged it brilliantly though. Landed it just short of the green, 1 hop and up onto the putting surface. She's got a good look for birdie again, the Swede. And Mühlbauer for her birdie to get to 1 under par. Just a touch light on pace. We're seeing a lot of putts just come up level with the hole or just short of it if they're not dropping in. Ideally, you want to see them just getting 9 to 18 inches past the cup if they're not dropping to show good holing pace. Leander, has she got the pace? She does, she's got the line as well. Fist pump, she moves to 1 under par. So, a first drop shot of the day for Jimenez Martin, coupled with birdies for Leander and Kuskova, and the lead is reduced to 4, but the Spaniard is still looking good. The stage is set for a thrilling back 9 at Brocket Hall. Can Noemi Jimenez Martin complete the job to claim her second LET Access Series title? Tina Mazzarino fell away with a double bogey on 16 and a bogey on 17. And she 2-putted for par at the last for a round of 73 and a 3 over par total. Kristal Blum endured a nightmare start to the back 9, dropping 6 shots in 4 holes from the turn. She halted the slide with a birdie 2 on 14 following this tee shot. New Zealand's Momoka Kabori rode the par train home from the 12th onwards. This solid save on 18 sealed a +2 total after a closing 71. Amy Taylor also parred out the closing stretch after leaving this birdie putt in the jaws on the last. She added today's 71 to rounds of 69 and 77 to finish on 1 over par. Sara Kuskova was trying to apply some pressure on the leader, and she picked up another shot at the 12th before making it back-to-back birdies with this fine approach at 13. Out in front, Noemi Jimenez-Martin bogeyed the 11th to go to -4. Pars followed on 12 and 13. And she had this long effort for birdie on 14, but made a solid par. Leander was hanging around with pars at 14, 15 and 16. This beauty for birdie on the penultimate hole got her to 2 under par, with the closing par 5 to come. Well, these crowds might have thought they were watching a Jimenez-Martin stroll to victory, but they might be seeing some drama unfold now. The Spaniards looked uncatchable all day, but she's bogeyed 15, and her lead is now just a single shot over Leander. It's getting very tense at Brocket Hall. The 16th hole is going to be crucial now, and Josh can tell us all about it.
This 391 yard par 4 16th hole, it's really quirky. We've got the 4th hole here, the fairway behind me, and then the 16th hole straight back there. Really odd, this 16th hole. And positioning really key off the tee. Slight dog leg left to right, but this green, there's 3 tiers to it. It's nearly 40 yards long. And if you get your approach slightly off, everything will go towards the front right, possibly water if it's too hot. And you've got to have your putting boots on all the way around here at Brocket Hall, but especially this 16th hole, it's a beauty.
Well, it's a tough hole, this 16th, and I'm afraid it looks like Noemi Jimenez-Martin's ball has lodged itself up in the tree off of the tee. And back to the tee she goes, so a lost ball. And now the stage is set. Leander a birdie here on the 18th. And she suddenly becomes the woman to catch right at the end of the day. Oh my word! Well, she's can't have been any more than 2 feet from disaster and it landing in the water there. And all of a sudden, she's now got that putt for birdie and to post 3 under par. Those are the margins. Jimenez-Martin's 3 off the tee, found the middle of the fairway. This is still a tough shot though. That pin just tucked into that left-hand portion of the green. And there is a huge ridge that she is going to have to do battle with. I mean, a 2-putt for double bogey is not guaranteed from there. Mühlbauer now at +2, playing for position really. And she's out of position here, playing her 3rd to the par 4 17th. And just getting hurt by the spin into a little tier there. It's going to work its way all the way back towards the front of the green. And it's not done yet. Stop. Please stop. It stopped. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of golfing land here, the Melbourne course, designed by Peter Allis and Clive Clark, and the undulations they've built into this green will really test Jimenez-Martin. It's got a bit of pace on it. It's a pretty good putt from where she was, in all honesty, and even then she still has a good 6 feet for double bogey. This has to go in. Oh, that is a gutsy, gutsy putt. She's been leading for so long, and all of a sudden she's back to 1 under par, 1 behind Leander, who's got a birdie putt on 18, and now she's doing the chasing. Mühlbauer with this long effort for par. Well, it was a good putt. The damage done earlier in the hole though, having to lay up and play a 3rd in from well over 100 yards. So the Austrian drops to +3. Leander with this for birdie to get to 3 under par and a 2-shot lead.
Come in.
Absolutely brilliant. Out of nowhere, the Swede has overturned the deficit. And a closing round of 68. Is that enough for the title? don't think she knows quite what's going on behind her, as Leander Bailey just tidies up for her part. And she does so. Not long being a pro, the former Oklahoma State student, rounds of 71, 75, 74. Plenty to be proud of and take forwards. So that's how things stand right now. Jimenez Martin suddenly 2 back with 2 to play. Leander, certainly the bookies' favourite right now. Sara Kuskova looking for a good finish to get back to level par. Already 3 wins in the bank for her this season, guaranteed promotion to the LET. And it's going to be another good finish this week. She's shown she's ready for the step up as well. Top 22 finishes in her 2 LET starts this season. Jimenez Martin now in trouble short of 17. Has to get up and down here just to give herself a hope and a prayer on 18, and that's nowhere near, in all honesty. You just sense the wind has gone from the sails now. Now Kuskova to sign off with a birdie. It's hard to see how slopey that final green is, but it really is quite steep and so slow coming from the front of the green up. But Kuskova, 2 wins her last 2 starts, 68. That 77 did for her in the second round, but a solid level pass, 72. And it's more important ranking points. Jimenez Martin to stay 2 behind. And she never gave it a chance. So it's going to take something incredibly special now if the long-time leader, Jimenez Martin, is to draw level with Leander, because that bogey means she's 3 behind. Well, the miracle shot she was looking for on 18 did not materialise, so that means Leander wins the inaugural Rose Ladies Open. Look at some of the other finishers, and Katarina Mühlbauer had this for a closing birdie in a round of 74. It wasn't to be for the Austrian, as she completed her week with a 75 to go with a pair of 72s for a score of 3 over. Another consistent week for her, but that shocking run of 4 drop shots in 3 holes for long-time leader Noemi Jimenez Martin proved too much to overcome on the final couple of holes. Spaniard couldn't convert this birdie putt on the final green. The par was still enough for solo second, but undoubted disappointment with a round of 74. An incredible turnaround on the final few holes, and Leander secures the Rose Ladies Open title with that superb round of 68. Noemi Jimenez Martin misses out by 3 shots. Leander received the trophy from Kate and Justin Rose. Leander jumps to 23rd in the order of merit from just 4 events, courtesy of her maiden win.
I'm surprised. This is a good surprise. I didn't really check the scoreboard until I finished, actually. So when I walked off here, it was nice to see my name up top.
Sara Kuskova has moved to number 1 on the standings with her tied 3rd finish, and Jimenez Martin is up to 10th. The top 3 have guaranteed their promotion to the LET.
Huge congratulations to Leander on her very first win on the LET Access Series. It's been a brilliant 3 days here at Brocket Hall for the inaugural Rose Ladies Open. Thanks for watching. It's bye for now.